Hi guys, and welcome to the Box Office Club, your hub for all things movie news, reviews, numbers, and updates. We're your hosts. I'm Emily.
And I'm Kate, and today we'll be talking about this week's box office news and our predictions for the weekend's openings.
So let's start off with some news. Creed 4 is stated to be for sure happening by Michael B. Jordan before Creed 3 even hits theaters.
That's kind of insane to me. Mm-hmm. You don't know how it's going to do.
Yep.
It's also the first one without Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, really? Okay.
So they're banking a lot.
They are. But I don't know. Michael B. Jordan, I haven't seen any of the Creed movies, but Michael B. Jordan is such a huge draw anyway.
I love him.
So he's amazing. So I think, I don't know, it might be like, passing the baton to the next. I mean, they've already kind of done that with the whole franchise, but passing it on, and then Sylvester Stallone can just not come back at all. He's like, I'm done.
I've never seen them, so I can't talk much on it. What could they be talking about that requires 4 movies? What conversation are they starting in this third one that doesn't come out for another 2 weeks that they're like, we're gonna need a 4th to wrap this baby up?
Well, I could counter that with, let's look at the Fast and Furious franchise.
Another franchise I have no desire in watching. I can't use that as a counterpoint. I don't know what's going on with that.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I do think that it's very interesting. Yeah, that they don't even know what the numbers are going to look like. They are banking a lot on this. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that holds up and see if it's even going to do really, really well to warrant saying that before it even goes. So
we'll be covering it. I'm gonna bring that up when those numbers come in for that opening weekend. I'll be like, did you make a good choice?
Yeah.
Let's see. I hope so. And box office is written in more than just one weekend, so we'll be tracking how that goes to see if Creed 4 already being greenlit is a good idea.
All right. Yeah.
Also, Tar was named Movie of the Year at London's Critics' Circle Film Awards. Todd Field, who also won Director of the Year for that film, and Cate Blanchett won Actress of the Year. So what's that going to mean for the Oscars?
I don't know. That's kind of huge that it was named Movie of the Year. That's a big award.
Because the Oscars, it's going up against Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Huge fan.
God, I don't even remember all 10 that it's going up against. And Everything Everywhere All at Once has been a front runner. Tar came out, kind of pushed to the side, but I wonder what this is going to mean.
Yeah, now that it's already won that film award, if that's going to cause the people that do make those decisions in the Oscars to think about that, and maybe that factors in at all.
I don't know. And then Cate Blanchett winning Actress of the Year could be bad news bearer for Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once, who I believe deserves this.
Absolutely. I recently watched Everything Everywhere All at Once with you and Matt, and thank you for showing me that movie. That was fantastic. So knowing that movie, I have not seen Tar, but knowing my personal feelings on Everything Everywhere All at Once and Michelle Yeoh, I want her just because I've seen that so far. But if critics, if the critics are saying that she won Best Actress and then the film won Movie of the Year, that really makes me want to go see it now to compare how those are going to hold up.
Yeah, we're going to have to do some more research for the Oscars. I'm excited. I'm worried. I have in my mind who I think should win a lot of the awards, especially Brendan Fraser for his performance in The Whale. If he gets snubbed by the Oscars, I will riot on this show.
I think a lot of people will riot.
I will riot.
He did a phenomenal job.
This is a forewarning. There will be riots. In my bed, my little temper tantrum as I watch it. But yeah, so things to look forward to already. Watching how the Creed franchise does and the Oscars. Disney also made a big announcement today. Actually, I want to say about an hour ago, I stumbled upon the article as you were leaving.
Yes.
To go to your meeting. They had to make some tough announcements about layoffs and cuts within the company, which is never good.
No.
And then Bob Iger followed up that information by saying there is a new Toy Story and Frozen movie now in development.
All right. I'm very interested about new Toy Story. I love the Toy Story franchise. So I think that is I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's probably changed since then, but the new Toy Story, since it came out in 95, that I remember that it is my brother's favorite Disney Pixar movie is Toy Story, because it came out the year that he was born. He's like, it's fantastic. But I love that franchise. So I'm excited that there's going to be another story coming out of that.
And guess what? There's more.
Oh.
They also announced that a sequel to Zootopia will be done.
I love Zootopia.
I don't remember it too much. I remember liking it when I watched it. I'm going to have to do a rewatch for this new one, but it is coming.
I recently rewatched it at my previous job.
Oh my gosh. And then his final announcement for the day was that there is going to be an Avatar experience opening at the Disneyland park coming in the future.
Okay.
So they have a couple in Animal Kingdom at the Florida location, Disney World, in Animal Kingdom, and now there will be a whole exposition at Disneyland in California.
Cool. I've been to Disney World many, many years ago. A couple decades ago. But I would want to go to Disneyland. That might be a good draw then to go see what that would be like.
I went to Disney World when I was like 5, and I don't remember it. And I have been steadily begging Matt to take me for the last couple of years. We were so close this year to going.
We should all go. You know, I'm going to go on every vacation with you guys from now on. But we could say it's for research.
Yes. Oh my gosh, a Disney World exclusive.
Yes.
We rank the food, we rank the rides.
We rank the experiences.
The drinks around the world.
That's what I want to go for now, because when I went, I was 10 years old. So I was not interested in that. And then I didn't even know that was a thing until a few years ago. And I was like, oh my God, I definitely want to go do that. So, all right, let's book it.
Okay. Petition, guys. Petition for us to talk my husband into taking us to Disney World.
Yes.
Let's do it. We'll bring exclusive content from the streets.
Yes.
Maybe we can get an interview with Mickey Mouse himself.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? That would be amazing. So, all right, that's some pretty big announcements just, right before we were going to record.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we got everything all set. All the research is done. And then story alert. I'm like, back and I go.
Yep. Yep. So that's all right. So Pathan became the first Bollywood movie to reach the $100 million mark without the help from a Chinese release. But not only is that amazing on its own, it was able to do that in just 12 days. Wow. Yeah. It surpassed $103 million just this past Monday.
That's insane.
I'm so excited.
That is insane. And we were just talking about how we need that in our market more.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see that might pave the way of let's getting a lot more foreign films into our theaters.
I hope so. It should be. We need it,
Yeah.
and there's clearly a lot of, to do that in 12 days globally, there's clearly a lot of love from it outside of its home market. So we should be able to see it. It shouldn't lose 600 theaters in its second week.
No.
It shouldn't be cut from us like that. So I might hunt this one down.
Yeah, same.
Okay. So
I'm so excited for this. Because I don't know what this is.
Yeah, you gotta.
Okay.
So I was doing some research and I found the news articles, and I found two for the people listening that I did not tell Emily about before we were recording. She has no idea.
You specifically said, do not look.
Yes. Because both of these I felt like I needed your genuine reaction for.
Okay. Oh, I'm excited.
The first one, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey,
Okay.
opened early in Mexico
Okay.
under the name Pooh, and in less than 2 weeks is nearing close to $1 million just in Mexico.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh my God. I'm so excited for this movie now.
It's still set to hit over 1,000 theaters in the U.S.,
Okay.
a little over 1,000 theaters in Latin America, some theaters in Canada and UK, and some other territories, but is already close to 1 million just in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
It was made on a reported budget of under $100,000 confirmed.
Wow.
So it's already made it back
Yeah.
just in Mexico.
Oh my God.
And this is the best part. Are you ready?
Oh my God.
A sequel is already in development.
Are you serious? I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. All right, what's the countdown? When do we go see it? A week? We go see it next week?
A week from today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because our normal episode will be late because we will be seeing Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh my God. All right, so the budgeted
They forgot a couple dots.
uh-huh.
A reported budget of under $100,000.
Wow. I'm so excited. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm really glad you wanted our live reaction from that.
The next story, not as nice.
Oh, okay.
AMC, I labeled the story, AMC goes money hungry. Yes, you heard me right. Yesterday, or the day before, AMC recently announced that they will be adding a pricing tier to their seating. Yep.
That's my reaction.
The silence. They want it to look like if you were going to see a stage show compared to a movie. So their pricing tiers were announced as followed.
I hate this.
Preferred sightline, an upcharge for the center screen and center theater, unless you are an AMC A-list member, no extra charge. Standard sightline, so the side wings, is general seating at a traditional price. And then value sightline is discounted seating for the first 2 rows, the undesirable seats. The changes will start to affect places like New York City, Chicago, and Kansas City as early as this Friday the 10th, and will be on all shows after 4 p.m.
That is bullshit. I do not like that. Yeah. All right. Cuz let's make the undesirable seats, the cheaper seats. So if people are, having a hard time and they're like, I still want to go see a movie, but I'll pay the lower price, you're going to have a worse experience.
Yep.
So, yeah, let's just make it worse for the people that can't afford to get the preferred sightline.
Yeah, and they said that they were doing this to help give a better experience to people who enjoy the quality. But I don't find that a better experience because I do enjoy the quality. I pre-order tickets when I go to theaters,
Yeah.
except for our local one because you don't have to choose your seats there, which I
Yeah.
love. But if we're going a little farther out, our theater didn't get a movie we want to see, I get them in advance because I want those middle seats. That does not make me feel like a valued customer to have to pay more
No.
for those seats.
Nope. I mean, I think I did have the AMC. I know I have the app, but the A-list, is that the top tier? Like, I can't remember the way that they tier their,
I believe
their
so.
site. So yeah, that's just rewarding the people that have the extra money to spend on the premium, I can't think of the word, the premium tier on the app, and then they get first dibs on the preferred seating.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Yep. The only day this does not affect is their $5 Tuesday. It is still $5 wherever you sit.
Okay. So they're going to get a lot more people going on their Tuesdays.
Or they're going to get a lot more people going to different theaters. I personally think this is ridiculous from running a local theater and watching how bad it was to recover from COVID, how bad it still is.
Yeah.
And all the gimmicks and all the stuff we have to do to try and get people to come back, to make the experience more pleasurable, to sell the experience, because that's why you go to a movie, is you're going for the experience.
Yeah.
And all the work these theaters go in to try and get people to come back, all the programming companies are now trying to put in to get people to go back to the theater, to take a step back from the streaming market that they've pushed, and then be like, oh, Regal just closed a frick ton of their locations. Now we have the market to ourselves. Where are they going to go? Now we have to charge them more.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck wouldn't we
Yeah.
charge them more?
Yeah.
And it's making it more, it's already so expensive.
It is, especially that's when me and my roommate lived out in Rochester. We would go to, there were a couple AMCs that were around, but we would, depending on where we wanted to go, it was either Tinseltown or AMC. We signed up for the AMC on the app so that we could get those discounts, and we did not extra spend unless it was like our birthday and we got the free upgrade or anything, because it was already so expensive, and we only went on Tuesdays. We went every single Tuesday to get that $5 discount, and then they upped it to $6 for a little while. Or I don't know if they went back down or anything, but they had upped it to $6 on Tuesdays, and then their concessions are so expensive.
Like, I get the struggle.
Yeah.
I do. And I get that theater concession has to be so expensive because it is the only thing that the theater gets full profit on.
Yes.
Companies take a lot of money from ticket sales. We do not see a lot of that. That does not come back to us. So even if you're going to get, like, you're like, I'm seeing a movie there, I'm supporting a theater. Like, yeah, you are. I'm not discrediting that. But if you don't get anything, and every time you go, you don't get anything, and you are sneaking those snacks in, which, like, I get, people do it. It happens. I'm not going to poo-poo on you for doing that, because I've even done that.
Yeah.
But it does hurt.
Yeah.
And you can complain about the pricing for that, but it's why it's so expensive.
If we can get more people going, then that should, I mean, hopefully it would offset where people would be like, you know, oh my gosh, we're getting such an influx of people. This is fantastic. We're going to do something and give back to you guys. We're going to, you know, it's all a give and take. And right now they're just taking.
Yeah.
So
all
much.
that is all AMC is doing.
Yeah.
It's,
that, I don't like that.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it. You are literally, you're like punishing people who don't have money. The people who want to support their theaters, who want to go have this experience, who want to make sure theaters don't die. And then they do this, and they're already spending money they don't have. And now if they want to enjoy it, they have to pay more.
Yeah.
They're already probably skimping out on popcorn and drinks because they can't afford it.
Yeah.
Because then now they're going to skimp out even more on the thing you actually make revenue on, because they had to pay an extra couple bucks to sit where they want to sit.
Yeah.
But so that's the story on AMC. AMC goes money hungry. That's how I'm captioning it. That's how I feel. If theaters die, it would be a travesty. And I'd be pointing my fingers that way, because theater, they have some power, not all the power. There are some things that no matter how hard we try, we can't control. But that we do have some things in our power to bring people back and to try and save the industry. And moves like this is doing quite the opposite. So when they lose customers or have to up their prices even more, or have to roll this back and be like, oops, my bad, or they have to close locations like Regal did, this will be why.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so now that we've covered the latest news in the movie world, let's get into talking about what movies are coming into theaters this weekend. So the finale of the Magic Mike trilogy, titled Magic Mike's Last Dance, is finally coming to theaters after 8 years since the sequel was released. Channing Tatum takes on London in the final movie, teaming up with a newcomer to the franchise, Salma Hayek. So I'm super excited about this. I've seen the 2 other Magic Mike movies. I've actually also been pulled on stage at a Magic Mike, I don't know what they call, not a concert, but like, in person.
Like an experience?
The Magic Mike Live performance. So I love this. And I'm super excited to see Selma Hayek and see where this story takes them.
Okay, so she's gorgeous. So the casting of that, so smart. I am going to lose my girl card. I've never seen a Magic Mike. Not a single one.
Oh, missing out.
I think I want to.
You have to. Now, I will say, this is my unprofessional and unwarranted opinion, all right?
Okay.
The first one, you do have to watch it. It's not great. Like, you have to watch it because it sets everything up. Just in the world. But then the second one is amazing. It's so good. The cast is great. It's got one of my favorite movie scenes.
Oh.
Because it is hilarious, sexy, and it's got just everything.
Okay.
So, and I will only say it is the convenience store scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Noted. Convenience store scene, Magic Mike XXL, right? Okay. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me. I didn't think I was going to bring up the story so early, but that was kind of the perfect segue. It's funny to me that you say that the first one's bad, and that you have to watch it to get to the second one, because although I've never seen this movie, my husband, on the other hand, has seen both of them.
And that's not the weird part.
No, that's not the weird part. I wish it was the weird part. The weird part is that he watched both of them, not just the first one, both of them, with his family, his extended family. So we're talking mom, dad, sister, all the aunts, all the uncles, his grandma. They sat down one day and they put on Magic Mike. For God knows what reason, he still says he doesn't remember.
And then
they're like, wow, that was awkward. Why don't we just watch the second one right now?
If there was a moment in time to be a fly on the wall when that conversation was going down, that would be one of them.
He doesn't remember the logic behind it. I want to know it. I want to know why. And I ask him, he says it's the most awkward, embarrassing thing he's ever been through. And they still watched both.
Yeah.
So to hear the first one's like bad, it wasn't like so good that they're like, we have to go watch the second one right now.
No. It was, I don't think I've rewatched it. It's one of the movies I've not rewatched.
Wow.
I know, crazy, right? Because I just remember it was like a slow story. Like it was, the story wasn't that great. The dancing was amazing because the dancing is always amazing. Yeah. But the second one had a storyline, and you were invested in all the characters, and there were like surprise cameos, and you're like, wait, what? So I enjoyed it.
I need to call up my mother-in-law. I need to find out what happened that day. Also, because that side of the family, the side that he was with when they watched it, does not get together often.
Is that why?
We've been together almost, 5-6 years? I've never been with the whole extended family before.
Oh, wow.
Like, they get together that little. So why they're like, ooh, our big family reunion where even grandma's here. Let's throw on Magic Mike 1 and 2.
All right, so it wasn't watching that movie that then made them not get together as often. They've just been like that, where they don't get together as often.
You know, actually, I'm going to have to fact check that. Was that the straw?
Maybe
was there like, we cannot get together anymore? There's a third one coming out. This is a dangerous game that we're playing. We gotta... No.
That's so interesting.
It did spark a debate, though, between Matt and I. So, he's seen the Magic Mikes. I have not. He watched them with his family. That was freaking weird. I've seen the 50 Shades of Grey movie. Matt has not. So we cannot settle this debate. So we need our listeners too.
Yes.
I watched the first 50 Shades of Grey movie with my mom. And it was the weirdest thing.
So bizarre.
So bizarre. But we had the good sense to look at each other after the movie and be like, that was an awful idea. That was awkward. We're going to go see 2 and 3 on our own.
Yes.
And that's what we did.
Yes.
We weren't like, wow, that was weird. Let's go buy the video pack and finish up the series.
Right.
So, what is weirder to watch with your family? Magic Mike or 50 Shades of Grey? Serious debate. If you've seen both of them, or you just have a suspicion on which one you think would be weirder, let us know. We're going to put a poll up on our Twitter, on our Facebook. Leave a comment anywhere you can leave a comment. Email us. I want to collect this data.
Yes. I want to know. Because I've seen both. I've seen both of the...
So what's your take?
I don't know. There's such awkward scenes in both of them that I'm imagining watching with my parents, and I'm like, so
But you have to think hard because you're not stupid enough to do it.
I'm trying. There's been a couple of movies. Nothing is coming to mind off the top of my head where actually, I watched Neighbors with my family because someone got it for me for
I feel like
Christmas.
that's not as bad. That's not as bad. That's not as bad.
It's not as bad as these two, but it was very awkward. So I'm trying to channel that awkwardness to see which one. I'm thinking... This is so hard. I'm thinking it would be weirder to watch Magic Mike with both of my parents.
Really?
Because... Yeah. I think because of all the, not even half, mostly naked men dancing, my dad would be very uncomfortable.
Okay. So 1 vote for Magic Mike.
That's me. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Guys.
It's by like a hair. Like it is.
We need the data. Comment on our Facebook page, use the poll, use our Twitter, comment on YouTube, email us anywhere that you can contact us. Please. I'm going to actually pull this data in like a chart, and I'm going to have it.
If you're friends with us, just text us.
Yeah, if you're friends with us, just text us.
Or just Magic Mike or 50 Shades, and we'll know what it means.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm so excited for this data.
So, yeah, super, super long segue. So Magic Mike's coming back to theaters.
And it's a really great time, though, too, because it's right before Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So, great day for going with your significant other, with a group of friends, anything like that, I think.
Yeah, maybe Matt will watch it again. Oh, I don't know. Can he not watch the third one with me? Because he has to get the family together.
You might have to get the family together to watch that. So you might be there with them. You might get an inside look at that.
Oh, hard pass. Hard pass.
It's not even like a second, like, to think about it. Nope.
I respect my in-laws enough not to be there for that experience. But to counter on your point, I guess it's not really a counter. It's a good time to drop it.
Yeah.
Because Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it only in 2,000 theaters?
Oh, that seems pretty low.
Knock at the Cabin and 80 for Brady were both in 3,000 plus.
Oh, yeah.
Avatar, I think, opened in like 4.
Wow. That seems so weird. Especially, I mean, maybe because it's been so long since the previous one, but Avatar, it was so long. And that got, phenomenal movie. But yeah, that seems very, very low, especially right before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because, it was supposed to be straight to streaming. And then I think it was supposed to be HBO Max. Okay. And then everything that happened with HBO Max and them trying to fix their streaming and all that, they're like, no. That's not smart. Let's put it in theaters. People want to go see this. Let's drop it for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but great, smart, perfect marketing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but, we're HBO. We still hate money. only 2,000 theaters.
And not our local theater.
Yeah.
So
For anyone who doesn't know, HBO is connected to Warner Brothers. So they just don't like money.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a little bit
You're
more
like,
sense.
that's
now.
ringing a bell?
Yeah.
Because, Emily, it's not going to be at our theater.
Nope. I'm bummed about that. I was gonna go watch it.
I don't want to have to drive an hour to
Exactly.
watch some strippers on Valentine's Day, you know?
Okay, I might do that. Yeah, that's the whole thing. And yes, the theater like an hour away is still technically like local, but it's an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
And when I have one that's 10, 15 minutes from my house, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'd much rather go to that one. But
Yeah.
if they're not going to get it.
And it's
So-
not that fun insider fact for our listeners. It's not like they didn't try.
Yeah.
They were not allowed.
Yep.
They were like, no. Limited number of theaters getting this movie. Because they hate money.
Especially with Channing Tatum. He's such a huge draw.
Yes.
He had 2 big movies last year.
Yes.
With Dog and The Lost City.
Yeah, The Lost City was watching that run was fantastic.
Yeah. So I don't understand why they would only do 2,000.
I don't know. I wish I did. I want to be, cue the rumor it happens from Hamilton. I want to know why people make these. Why is AMC charging for seats?
Yeah.
Why is Magic Mike in less, like, only 2,000 theaters? Why a lot of things?
Yeah. I feel like in a lot of these places where they make these decisions, you need to have one person that you pull off the street and be like, hey, this is what we're thinking. What do you think? And then that person can be the voice of reason most of the time.
You got to grab
Sometime-
the right person.
I think when it comes to movies, though, you can be like, so do you think Channing Tatum being in a Magic Mike movie, only 2,000 theaters? They could be like, everyone knows Channing Tatum. No, bump that up.
Yeah.
I think someone would be the voice.
Oh,
of reason
if
for
you
that.
said on Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah, they'd be like, no brainer, more theaters. Yeah.
And what's it gonna hurt you to put it in more?
No.
You're giving more opportunity. It makes it feel like they don't have faith in this project.
Yeah. And
And
that
it-
is a slap in the face to all these Magic Mike fans.
It kind of makes me want to go see it more because what are they scared of? What are they scared for these people to watch? What are you hiding from me?
It's a good question. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch it.
Okay.
I gotta go find it. Yeah.
But it does have some competition
It does.
because another good movie to see on Valentine's Day that also has a long gap between the last time it was in theaters is Titanic. It is getting its 25th anniversary re-release this weekend. The version is reissued in 4K and will be available in 3D and other premium viewing screens across the country. It's a hugely popular movie, obviously. I mean, it's number 3 all-time worldwide. And who knows the type of boost it's going to get from this re-release. And it has a nostalgia factor.
Yep. That's why I'm going. I didn't get a chance to see it in theaters the first time around because I was 5.
I was not yet conceived.
So yeah, I'm so excited because I can remember watching it on the 2 VHS tape
Oh my God.
with that cut where you have to stop the first tape
And rewind.
and rewind
If you
it.
were a good noodle, you rewinded.
And then which in that one rewinding took forever unless you had that fast rewind.
And you had to pay premium for that fast
Premium
rewind.
for that VCR. I think we still have that VCR. I did ask my dad. I was like, "Is it still working?" He's like, "I don't know. It might be on its last legs." So, fingers crossed. But then putting in that other tape, the second tape, and watching it, and I'm so excited to see it on the big screen.
And it was always like a race, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like you would have to like especially like, I mean, when you're watching it the first time, you don't know what's going to happen. And it
Yes.
always has to happen at like the most inconvenient time. And then you're like, oh no. And you got to rewind it because especially if you're a kid, if you didn't rewind it, my God, the hell that would break out. You forgot to rewind something. Mm-hmm. And then like getting back in there. And if you were watching it with people who are like, oh, this is a perfect time for a potty break. And you're like, no. We got to get it back up. Yeah. We got to go. You
had barely enough time. It's like watching like the Super Bowl. I will say it's like watching the Super Bowl, and really you're watching it for the commercials, so it's during the game and you are running to get all of your errands done of going to the bathroom, getting more snacks, getting another drink, and then you come back for the commercials. I will equate it to that.
Wow. I've never compared it like that. Mm-hmm. But and then yeah, it would be great to watch it on a screen. And I mean, it's kind of sad because it's not the nostalgia factor. Like, that's just part of the Titanic viewing experience at this point. But it'd be so nice, to watch it without the cut.
Yes. Because it
Restored.
is at such a cliffhanger.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like right before they hit the berg, they're like, cut it.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's after.
Really?
Yeah. I thought I had pulled that up. Hold on.
So it's either right before or like right after it hits, and it's like, oh crap, these people are probably gonna die.
Yes. So I found it because I was like, wait, I want to know what scene that was. So I looked it up, and it's when Captain Edward Smith says, "I believe you will get your headlines, Mr. Ismay."
Oh, damn.
It's like, whoa. I think they were talking about like the
being unsinkable, probably too.
That too. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we don't have enough lifeboats.
Yep.
So.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it, and I'm so going for the 3D one. Mm-hmm. I'm not like they're gonna do it. I'm gonna go see it in 3D.
Yeah.
And then sit by my noob of a husband who didn't even see Titanic until last year for the first time. Watched it on streaming, not the VHS with the rolly tape. He's not going to understand the change that he's going to be witnessing, because I'm going to drag him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's not going.
Because I think I've watched it like on every VHS. I have the DVD. Anytime I was, scrolling through, seeing what was on TV, on cable. And it was on cable. I was like, whoa, streaming. Now this, I'm like, I want to see it on every single format.
I need to see it on the big screen.
I'm so excited.
And it's going to be competing against another James Cameron movie, which I don't know will help or hurt because of the amount of goodwill James Cameron has right now because of the success of Avatar. Or if people are going to be like, I don't want to give James Cameron any more of my money.
True. But I will.
I will too.
Yeah, so it's either a really good time, right? Avatar's still in the top 10 right now, so but it has been bumped out of first spot, and now Titanic's coming in, so it's almost a perfect timing for that.
Yeah, James Cameron just can't let go. He can't let go. That wasn't even, I'm a freaking genius. That was on the spot greatness.
Yes.
Can't let go.
Unlike someone whose name we shall not say. No, I'm just kidding.
James Cameron has to be a mastermind genius, because for our listeners out there, if you do not know, for marketing the re-release of Titanic, James Cameron himself weighed in on the infamous door debate. And he teamed up with some scientist somewhere, I don't remember, to see if Jack, in fact, could have stayed on the door. Spoiler alert. He could have.
Yep.
With variable. I'll give him credit. Like, with variables, he could have been on it. And he could have lived. And they could have lived happily ever after.
Yep.
There were some factors. But even James Cameron said himself, he was like, yeah, it was possible, but doesn't make for a good ending.
No. It is, as tragic as the ending is, it's the Titanic movie. it was a very tragic event that
yeah.
happened. So, I mean, it makes sense, and it's a wonderful story. Mm-hmm. And I love that movie. So, but just to be validated after all these years,
Yeah.
like all the people that you know did the paint tape on the floor to see exactly the dimensions of the door, and they found someone about the same size as Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio, and they're like, we're gonna throughout all these the past 25 years, and people are like, yeah, he could have been on there. But what? This isn't even a debate.
Yeah, so then
and
they're
now,
like, okay, well, he could have fit on there. But then they both would have submerged into the water, and then they both would have been in freezing cold water. And then they both still would have died of frostbite. So that was the first test. They're like, so no, it's not good because Jack, as a character, would never do that to Rose. He would put Rose above himself, and that's why he was in the water. He wouldn't have even risked it. I get it. But if Rose put their life jackets that they were wearing underneath the door, they would have lived. Both of them. That was what the study concluded. They would have been out of water enough and shivering enough that the action of them shivering would have heated them up, and they both would have been alive long enough for the rescue boat to show up.
Okay. I didn't think of the life jackets underneath.
And that's where they're like, with variables. I'm like, well, use common sense. The love of your life is freezing to death.
Seriously. Like, I'm that scene is coming back to me now.
So I'm going to go rewatch it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is a recommendation from us, despite my frustration about the door.
Yes. It does make it for a good tragic story.
It does.
So yeah, I'm definitely going.
Yeah, I will be as well.
Now on to our limited release. About 15 movies opened and limited, but we're just going to mention a couple of the more notable ones. First up, Consecration. It's a new horror/thriller hitting about a girl named Grace, played by Jenna Malone from Antebellum. She goes to a convent in Scotland to get an answer about the mysterious death of her brother, only to uncover disturbing truths about her own path.
Ooh, spooky. I feel like that's how all storylines go.
Yeah.
I want to discover something about someone I love, and oh no, there's secrets about me too. What?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
But yeah, Scotland. That's always a big draw for me. So I'm like, yeah, I'll be going.
Well, if you want to, for some reason, that movie is at our local theater and not Magic Mike.
All right.
Not that I am opposed to any new movies hitting our local theater.
Yes.
I love getting rotation of new stuff, and I always push to get the limited stuff.
Yeah.
But I also know that money is money, and money is what keeps it open. So if you're gonna spend the money to get the limited stuff, you better be getting the guaranteed money on top of it.
Yeah. And this one, I think there's just some other bigger movies out there that if people only go see a movie a weekend and are not complete, weirdos like us and go see many, many movies, this might not be one, especially if you don't like horror or thrillers. You might not go see that. I love horror and thrillers, so this might be one that I go see at our local theater instead of what would have been Magic Mike. But
yeah, some other horror hitting the limited box office. She Came from the Woods, a new horror comedy set in 1987 at the best place for a horror movie, a summer camp, where a group of counselors unleashes an ancient evil on, of course, the last day of camp. This is an original screenplay from director Eric Bloomquist, who has some titles under his name, but I don't think I've ever heard of any of them, and every movie I looked up had basically no box office information next to it.
okay.
But there is some talent in the film. It has Claire Foley from the Sinister movies and William Sadler from Die Hard 2 and The Green Mile. He was also, I think, in one of the Iron Man movies. So there is a lot of room for some standout roles.
Yeah. I hadn't heard of this one, but I love horror comedies. Those ones are great too. And this sounds like such a good uh setting.
It does.
1987 at a summer camp.
And then
Ancient Evil.
all I could think about was like you unleashed it on the last day. Like you were one day away from going home.
Freedom. Oh my goodness. That's so funny.
I do want to go check this out. It wasn't
Yeah.
on my radar. The more I looked into it, the more I was like, I think I could find myself making some time to going to see this movie. I could use a laugh.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything else by this director, so I don't know what to expect coming out of that, and I don't think. Oh yes, all right. From the Sinister movies, the main actress Claire Foley. All right, yep. Because Sinister is one of my top favorites.
So you heard that. And
So
you're like, I'm
yes,
just
I was
gonna
like, wait a
do
minute.
a quick Google.
It's like her name sounds so familiar, and from the Sinister movies, I was just trying to
Put the
put the name to the face, and yeah, I would definitely go see this one. It sounds like a fun time.
Yeah. So a lot to make time for, but we're not done with our limited releases quite yet.
Yes, next up we've got Sharper, so under that limited release, plus Apple TV. So it's a neo-noir thriller about con artists taking Manhattan millionaires in a high-stakes game of ambition, greed, lust, and jealousy. This project stars Julianne Moore from The Hunger Games, Sebastian Stan, our beloved Bucky Barnes, and John Lithgow from Interstellar. So that sounds like a great cast. I love each and every one of them.
I would see Sebastian Stan in just about damn near anything.
Right?
So when I
Yeah.
saw that, I was like, oh, there's Sebastian Stan movies coming out. I could be persuaded.
I don't need much persuasion. Let's go.
No, right? I have Apple TV Plus too. But theaters.
Yes. And I love John Lithgow. He's in so many random things. It's so funny. I was talking with my brother about John Lithgow the other day, and we are like, wait, all right, he was Lord Farquaad in Shrek, but then he's also the preacher dad from Footloose, and like all of these random things. I was rewatching the How I Met Your Mother series, and he's Barney's dad.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I completely forgot about that because it's been so long since I've seen the series, and I was like, oh my god, John Lithgow's in this. Like, this is crazy. And that was what sparked me and my brother talking about it. But I love watching him in pretty much anything. So, and that sounds very interesting. I like that sometimes neo-noir can be a little slow for me and not super exciting, but it's a neo-noir thriller. So, and that cast sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounded good. I didn't want to write too much about what the description was because I didn't want to give anything away, and different ones I was reading on felt like it could have done that. So it's a thriller about some rich people getting conned, and it has a stellar cast, so definitely something to go see. If you do not feel like leaving your house this weekend, or maybe you want to go see a movie at the theaters, but nothing's really popping out to you. There are some things coming to streaming just for you guys to keep your eyes out on. On Netflix, Your Place or Mine, the rom-com with Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher, is coming out. It's about two polar opposite best friends who decide to swap houses and lives for a week to see if what they really want is what they actually need. Great for Valentine's Day.
Yes. Definitely. I love both of those actors, and it sounds like The Holiday, but obviously a little bit different. And I did see a trailer for it. So I think on TikTok, I think I saw the trailer, and I was like, oh my gosh, a new Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher is the love interest. So I'm like, this sounds great. So.
Do you want to hear something funny?
Yes.
I've seen nothing for this. I have not seen a trailer for it. All I saw was Ashton Kutcher was in the movie, and I was like, sold. I didn't want to.
Doesn't take much.
I didn't want to watch anything to like spoil it or like.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need to see a trailer. You don't need to sell me. He's there.
Nope. That was my first seeing, like my first thing hearing of it was also seeing it, and I was like, oh, that's very. I just was on TikTok one day, and I was like, oh my goodness, yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I favorited it, so I was like, I gotta remember this.
I'm an easy sell. If you put
Yes.
Ashton Kutcher on a screen in front of me, I will be watching it.
Yep, that's definitely why I'm rewatching, or not rewatching, but watching that '90s show.
It's cute. I like
so
it.
Cute. I just finished episode 6, so working my way through it.
I'm on episode 2.
Oh,
Just finished episode 2.
well, a friend messaged me and was like, "Man, what episode are you on?" And I was like, "I think I just finished episode 4." And he was like, "Well, when you get to episode 6, someone is not aged well." And I was like, "Oh my god, I want to know who." So I don't want to spoil anything, but I think it's a great, especially because it's that '90s show. So just think of '90s stars.
Okay.
There is a guest spot, and I'm like, this was actually really fun to watch. So I definitely had to watch it
I'm excited.
and see who he was talking about. So that's good. Also on streaming, Somebody I Used to Know, which will be on Prime Video, the new film from actor-director Dave Franco, starring Allison Brie from the Lego Movie, playing Allie, who goes on a trip to her hometown and reconnects with her ex, Sean, played by Jay Ellis from Top Gun Maverick.
Oh.
And they go on a journey of self-reflection along the way. So I'm super excited because it's Dave Franco and Allison Brie who are married in real life.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why am I stupid?
No.
I didn't know that.
I can't remember when I found out about it, but it was definitely like they've been married for a while.
All I thought when I was looking at this was, is Jay Ellis the mustache guy from Top Gun Maverick?
Miles Teller?
So I was playing I was at my going away party for the theater. They threw me a party because I was leaving, and we were playing the Blockbuster game. And it was my turn to, if you've never played Blockbuster, it's like act it, one word, whatever. So I got Top Gun, the original, and I put it in my act it spot, and I was pointing up, and I was doing a little plane, doing a little gun. Nobody on my team could get it.
Oh no.
They're like, airplane, airplane, airplane. I'm like, it's not airplane. And then someone's like, Avengers. And they're like, what are you talking? Nobody got it. And then after, one of my teammates looks at me and goes, we still won, by the way. But he goes,
Of course.
you should have put it in one word and said mustache.
And then that
I was like,
that would have worked.
I was like, maybe for you, but I had to cater to other people on this team. I thought acting like a plane and shooting a...
Yep.
Whatever. So when I was reading this, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's the mustache guy he was talking about.
It is not the mustache. That's funny though. But yeah, when you think Top Gun Maverick, you're either thinking Tom Cruise or Miles Teller. So
How dare I go with the theme
how
of the movie?
dare you? I'm trying to think what else I've seen Jay Ellis in. He looks very familiar. I know I've seen him in some other things. Oh yeah, Escape Room.
Oh yeah, I know you liked
love
that
those.
movie.
I love those movies. And I think that actually might be it.
Those
yeah.
are his two most notable roles.
Yeah. Yep. It would be those. I do need to check out Insecure though. He's on that show. That show is, I've heard very, very good things, and Issa Rae is amazing. So I'm excited for this one.
Me too.
I'm excited to see. I don't think I've seen anything directed by Dave Franco though.
I have not. And I was so excited to see this. And I didn't want to... The poster for it is kind of funny, and it dragged me, and it's like, it's the main actress, and she's like naked, and she's running by a lake. And it just has like, the title is like the black bar, like covering her body. And it's supposed to be like a comedy, but also like, I guess it says reconnects, but they like hook up. And it makes them like, her like second guess all of her life choices. But it's also like a comedy and a romance and drama. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to look into it because I don't want to spoil it. But this looks pretty dang good.
Yeah, that's all I know from it, and I'm excited for all of it.
Yeah. So that will be on Prime Video.
I think I have Prime.
Okay. So we talked about all of the movies that we wanted to talk about. There were a lot still coming out that we just can't cover everything. But we talked about everything we want to talk about. We talked about the big two. The big two coming down the railway this weekend. So now it's for my favorite part of the show to see if we are box office smart. So we're going to predict what we think the top 5 is going to be in their order.
Okay.
And if we want to be extra ballsy, we're going to try and put a number next to Magic Mike and Titanic to see if we can guess how it's going to open. But because I'm not evil, Emily, I will be giving you some stats from the professionals who do this for a living.
Thank you.
And what they think the box office is going to be like.
Okay.
So overall, they are predicting that it's going to be a sleepy weekend. We got the Super Bowl this weekend. And we got people who are probably going to wait until Tuesday to go see a movie on actual Valentine's Day.
Okay. So those are 2 main factors.
So they're expecting about a 23 to 33% drop in overall revenue from the top 10.
Okay. I concur.
They're expecting, these are some facts on all of the movies, a huge drop in Knock at the Cabin. They're predicting over a 60% drop.
Wow.
From weekend 1 to weekend 2.
Okay.
But they're expecting 80 for Brady to hold well.
Okay.
It is Super Bowl weekend.
But people might be getting enough of football with that, so that might
be a
deterrent.
That's true. So I'm just telling you that's the prediction. They're
Okay.
only predicting a 40% drop, not a great drop, but definitely for a movie like that, not bad. And then we have the opening prediction numbers for our 2 big movies. The professionals are saying that Magic Mike is going to open in an estimation about 10 to 15 million this weekend. With Titanic's re-release estimated between 8 to 11 million.
Okay.
So, with that information, Emily, what's your top 5 for this weekend?
Okay. Let's see. I definitely think that Titanic is going to take number 1. I think with the nostalgia factor that Avatar did so well right before Valentine's Day, I think Titanic's going to take number 1.
I think that's smart. I don't know if I agree, but, to take in the fact that Titanic is going to be getting the premium screens. People at AMC are going to have to pay that premium price to see it now. And it's going to be higher price because 3D premium formats get higher price tickets to begin with.
Yep.
So a good consideration. Okay. Number 2.
Number 2. Let's see. I think 80 for Brady's going to stay at number 2.
Really?
Yeah. Cuz with Magic Mike being in not as many theaters, I don't think it's going to do as well. I want it to do very well. I want it to knock 80 for Brady out, but I don't think that it will. So I think that my number 2 is going to be 80 for Brady. I think number 3 is going to be Magic Mike. And then I think that's going to drop, Knock at the Cabin to number 4.
Okay.
So I'm just hitting you right there with them.
Okay. Hit me with it. Yes.
And then I think Avatar is going to drop 2 spots and go to 5.
I think it's going to go to 5.
I think so.
Do you have any numbers that you want to hit us with?
Let's see. I think with Titanic, I think it's going to be more than what they're predicting. I think it's going to be maybe just a little bit more. I'm going to say about 12 million. So number 1, about 12 million.
Okay.
Because if they're predicting kind of a sleepy weekend, then I'm thinking it probably won't be as much as like Knock at the Cabin had 14 million. So I think it's gonna be steady with but more than they're predicting, so about 12 million. And then I said 80 for Brady, and let's see real quick here. I think that's going to drop a little bit. I think it's going to go. I'm thinking that one might be about 9.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're giving numbers for all of them, too. I'm loving it.
I know, I'm trying.
Oh, yes. Overachiever. No, I'm going to have to think of some numbers.
I got to make sure I'm writing these down. And then I said number 3 is going to be Magic Mike. So that's 9. So I don't think, I think it's going to be a little bit less than what they're predicting, again, just because of the theaters and everything. So I'm going to say that one's going to be about 8 million. I think it's still going to be pretty strong. But I think it's going to be a little bit less.
So you're flopping the predictions for Titanic and Magic Mike, basically.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm loving it.
And then I said Knock at the Cabin for number 4. And I just want to see about where, yeah, if they're going to say, like, I also think it's going to take a drop. So, I think it's only going to maybe pull about 5 million.
Yeah.
And then, this is kind of hard. Actually, then that, I don't know, I might need to change that number, because if I'm saying Avatar is going to be number 5. They were at 11 million last week.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be under 5. But it might be all those people going to see, I mean, if it's like James Cameron thing. I'm going to say Avatar is going to be just under 5.
Just under 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what I did. I did it. I did numbers.
We differ.
Okay.
A lot.
All right.
I have in my little noggin. So I kind of agree with you, but I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to say Magic Mike. I think it's going to open to 1.
Ooh, okay.
I'm putting Magic Mike in the number 1 spot. I think Titanic will be 2.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I think Titanic's going to be at 2. I think it's going to be a tight race between them.
Definitely.
I think if I'm going number-wise, I think they're both going to open between... I want to hope that Magic Mike overperforms, but I think it might be a little doubtful because I think it's going to get a lot of its business on Tuesday. So I'm going to go on a limb and say that they're going to be close. They're both going to be in the high 10s, close to 11s. I think they're going to be neck and neck. I think that Magic Mike's going to pull it down.
Okay.
I think Avatar's going to be 3.
Okay. Yeah, then it might stay steady.
I think it will stay steady. I don't know if I can give it a number. It's been out too long. Maybe 8, 9 for Avatar. I think then that would probably put 80 for Brady at 4, which I hate. I'm saying it's still gonna be in the top 5, but I think with the Super Bowl, people who are big Brady fans might just want to go see that instead of seeing the Super Bowl it has all weekend. Maybe it's gonna put them in the football mindset before the actual Super Bowl on Sunday. I think it has some great reviews, so I think it's gonna pull off number 4. I'm gonna go 7.
Okay.
7 for 80 for Brady. And then I want to hope that Knock at the Cabin could hit 5.
Okay.
I don't think the reviews are doing it justice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Puss in Boots pulls it off, stays in the top 5.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to say it stays around with like 6. So, because there's no kid marketing right now. There's not a lot of competition out there.
It's heavy on the Valentine's Day.
Heavy on the Valentine's. So that's my top 5. I'm going Magic Mike, Titanic, Avatar, 80 for Brady, and Puss in Boots. I'm sorry, Knock at the Cabin. I want you to stay there. I hope you surprise me. I would not be upset if you did. Yeah. I think it will probably land around 6 if we're going outside.
Okay.
The 10, if we were going that far, we don't need to. But just to give people some context, I think that's probably where it would land.
Okay.
On my list.
All right. Sounds good. We did it.
We did it. If you guys have any predictions, if you think both of us are utterly wrong, you can tell us.
Absolutely.
Won't hurt our feelings. Tell us what your prediction is. Answer the poll about Magic Mike versus 50 Shades of Grey.
We are dying to know.
And
what you
then
think.
tell us what you think your predictions are. And don't forget to tune in on Tuesday, where we break down the box office and we all get to find out in real time how correct we were.
Or how completely wrong.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
But yeah, we did it. That's all from us. Remember to become a Box Office Club member to like, subscribe, review, and reach out to us at boxofficeclubpod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Stay safe, support your local theaters, always. Tell us your thoughts on this week's box office stories, and we will see you next time with another segment of
The Box Office Club.